G'day friends, welcome to today's YouTube video. My name is James, this is Steve.
Hi, everybody.
For those of you who don't know, Steve is my husband and
Aw.
he will be doing today's voiceover. I just sprung it on him. I was like, do you have today's topic of conversation? He said, no. Do you? And I said, no. So you're going to get whatever's on the top of our brains this morning. Today, okay, first of all, let me address the elephant in the room. I have uploaded this video on a Saturday, not a Friday. It is what it is, isn't it?
It is what it is, Santa.
It just is what it is, Santa.
If it's good for Mariah Carey,
It's good enough for me.
it is.
No, I do want to apologize. I know Friday is my upload schedule, but still happy to be bringing it to you today. I just couldn't manage it last night. We ended up having a visitor, and I thought it was a little bit more important to spend some quality time getting to connect with people, because as much as I love connecting with you all, I rarely connect with anyone in real life anymore.
This is true.
It's been a hard challenge to try and get to see people in real life. So thank you for letting me take that opportunity and no one being angry at me about that. Let's move on. Topic of conversation.
What is this? What are you doing?
I'm doing Daisy.
Oh,
I'm doing the October prompts list for Daisy, Daisy's travel journal. And
that's right. She's traveled all around the world.
Yeah, this one's Daisy of the Dead.
Oh, so she's in...
I'm pretty sure you came up with this one, did you know?
She's in Oaxaca.
Yeah. Steve came up with this one because I think he was anticipating that I would draw something very Coco for this prompt.
Yes.
Which I did.
And I was correct.
I drew the papel picado.
The what?
Papel picado?
One more time.
Papel picado?
No, you did a good job. Sorry.
You are so nasty to me. You know how sensitive I am about speaking Spanish?
Papel picado.
Oh, okay. There you go.
But you did a good... I liked how you had a little
Steve,
bit
I
of your
don't think-
Australian accent. Papel picado.
I don't think anyone was fooled by my accent.
Say it again. Just you're speaking Spanish with an Australian
Papel
accent.
picado.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, everyone. Sorry to my Spanish speakers.
No, it's fun.
I
you tried, and you tried
I gave
well.
it a red hot go.
And you did a good job.
The only Spanish I
Successful.
speak is to punish the cats, because they get punished in Spanish.
It's the only language that they understand when it's serious.
Right. And Steve also makes fun of me for that, so
Good, yeah, but good on you for trying.
I'm just very ashamed now.
No, don't.
I've just got to quit all of this voiceover. I'm going to quit this video. Leaves YouTube.
So I love this. So you decided to make Daisy Papel Picado.
Yeah, and it was kind of hard to incorporate her little features because, first of all, I tried to do a real cutout, which I don't know why I bothered doing that. I wasn't going to cut it out. And then I just decided, you know what, that's way too difficult for me to figure out. Let's just make it look like it, and that will suffice.
Yeah.
So I just added all the little details and flourishes. It was actually quite fun. I spent way too long on this because, as you know, I've just been tackling the October prompts as I have had time, which is 0. And so I actually carved out a bunch of time to do this video, and I wanted to get caught up, which means I would have had to do 11 in one sitting.
Oh, man.
Which means I was kind of giving myself about 10 minutes for each.
Okay.
This one I spent about 35 minutes
And
on.
so
So I
everything got
ended up doing
shifted.
5, which is fine. I think 5 is still a pretty good effort.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I wouldn't be able to do one of these, so I am in no room to criticize at all. I think it looks great.
Back in the day, I used to do 2 days of Inktober and then quit. So I think anything beyond that is success.
So you just did it in pencil, and then you took... Oh, and you were doing it in ink.
That's a kneaded eraser. And I saw someone on YouTube kind of pull theirs apart like it was Play-Doh and then roll it like a rolling pin
Instead
over
of
the whole thing.
going to,
Yeah, because I would knead it into the page
kneading
like
it
it was
like
bread.
dough.
Yeah, so I think that rolling thing actually worked better.
It was super effective just seeing you do that right there.
Yeah, and it's so funny because if you look at the kneaded eraser once it's all rolled up, you can see the
print.
Yeah. So I was thinking maybe I could roll it onto another piece of paper and kind of double print my... You can't. But...
You know, like when I was a kid, you'd have Silly Putty, and you used to be able to do that. We would take the newspaper,
no way.
the cartoons, the comic strips on the newspaper, and we'd take the Silly Putty, and you push it on there, and then it would do a transfer.
Oh, that's clever. It would be back to front, no?
Yeah, like a mirror.
Oh, well, there you go. So that's what I'm doing today. We are also finishing up Virtual Voyage this weekend.
That's correct.
Today is, we're voiceovering this literally before we're just about to get ready for our live Halloween party.
That's correct.
That we're doing. So I'm really excited to see you all there. We have our costumes. Steve's done the photo shoot.
Yes.
The photos look great. I'm very excited to show you those. And
I think it's a little unexpected, don't you think?
it was a bit different. I don't think I would have chosen that. Steve is our cruise director, quote unquote, which means he's in charge of entertainment and the associated elements of
costuming.
entertainment.
Yeah.
So Steve chose our costumes and the theme. And it was pretty interesting that, I mean, I can understand why he went for it. I'm not going to give it away. But it makes a lot of sense to me because he's been watching these movies non-stop since they both came out.
It just made sense. And I thought, if there's a time, it would be now.
It totally would be now. And especially because, I mean, we're not going anywhere in Halloween. There's a local kind of event happening, but even that is just a drive-through. So this is kind of our big, like, Halloween celebration. And,
for the year.
Yeah, and I'm not from a place that really does Halloween. Australia's not really that well, it wasn't when I was growing up. We were not really into Halloween. And so I really enjoy celebrating it here. But as it is, we live in an apartment, so we don't get trick-or-treaters. The best we can do is get dressed up, which is kind of any other Tuesday for us anyway.
Sure, or we'd go to a friend's house, but right now that's not really happening, so...
Yeah, so this is going to be our big moment. We thought we better go all out, and we're really excited. I'm kind of sad that it's all wrapping up. I think at the same time, I wouldn't want to extend this beyond what it's been, because it's been so perfect, the way that it's been.
Yeah.
How have you felt about Virtual Voyage? Because it's always interesting to hear from someone else's perspective. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm so sorry. It's so hard to explain. It's a workshop experience that we've been hosting for the past 2 weeks.
In a lot of ways, it feels very familiar to what we did in July, but it also feels like this has been... there's been a different level of difficulty with this one, I think.
Do you think it's got a little harder?
A little bit. I think maybe just because of expectation.
Oh, harder for us or harder for the students?
Harder for us with expectation.
I think there was a bit of an expectation, but I think that more came from me than anyone else. Because the only feedback I think I really got was so admin related that I didn't actually feel like people had any problems with content. Or...
No, I thought the content was great, and I thought you super delivered. I think that was great. But I also feel like once you set, it's like Disney, you keep plussing it.
I keep saying that. Like, I want to plus, but I don't want to plus in a way that's unrealistic. Correct. Because this is something that I want to keep doing. And we have lists as long as my arms for how many different themes we can go on and different ports of inspiration to go to. So I want to plus every time, but also keep it within that really manageable space, because then it gets to the point, if you can't actually manage it, it actually becomes a burden for everybody.
Right, and then you start to overthink it, and then you start to incorporate so many different pieces and elements, and then at one point, in incorporating all of these elements, do you lose authenticity?
Yeah, like Sue Bryce says, does it make the ship go faster?
Yeah, correct.
Anyway.
But it's been a lot of fun, and of course Halloween is such a great theme, and you, with Tim Burton, I'm not naturally a humongous Tim Burton fan, but I have learned to really appreciate his art aesthetic, and you've done such a great job of paring it down to a very comprehensive, palatable space. So it's been really great to see.
I'm really not looking for compliments. I was just looking for your your view on how it went.
But part of it is because I've seen how people who've been part of Virtual Voyage, I've seen them really step into a level of creativity that I think they've been very proud of.
Oh yeah, we've had a lot more people doing show and tells and interacting with that. A lot more posting on social media. So that in itself, I kind of count as people being a little bit more excited to share what they've been learning. Sorry, the last one, before we move on, the last one was Quito, Ecuador.
That was Ecuador?
Yeah, that's you. Equator skater. She was skating around the middle of the planet, the equator.
So you went literal, but you actually didn't go to Ecuador.
Absolutely. I thought, you know what? This is the one that Steve put in that he knew would be about himself.
I actually didn't put that one. That was your idea.
Yeah, very clever. No, I said, I had to do Ecuador because you would get really mad at me if I didn't put that in there.
I did?
Well, since I put like 300 Australian prompts in there, I think you wanted a bit of representation.
And Ecuador is, it's not many people really know about it.
I can't say that there was something like specifically touristy in mind. Like nothing pops to mind when you say Ecuador. Like when you say France, I think of the Eiffel Tower.
Right, and baguettes and coffee. But did you know that Ecuador is actually the #1 export of bananas, roses, and chocolate in the world?
Oh, so y'all think you're really romantic, huh?
So most, if you go to the grocery store and you look at, the Dole plantation, you look at the sticker on the banana, it says Ecuador. Usually it say Ecuador on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Ecuador or Guatemala. And then roses, the majority of the roses that we have in North America come from, or even in the world, come from Ecuador. We have massive, massive, massive rose gardens.
Really?
Mm-hmm. That I've gone to visit, and they're beautiful, and they're fresh, and they're huge and vibrant.
I imagine it smells very pungent.
And it's like fields upon fields and greenhouses of roses.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, and
the more you know.
Yeah.
This one here is Running Amok, and this was Salem.
Oh, so that was my idea.
She's a little witchy daisy. I thought she was cute. I gave her a little orange hair.
It's a little
She's a little
Winifred.
Shrek.
Yeah, Shrek Winnie. How fun.
Oh, totally Winifred. See, sometimes I don't really catch myself knowing that I'm being influenced by something until you point it out and it's painfully obvious.
We just had a conversation right now about Hocus Pocus and how it's become such a cult classic.
I know. I kind of love it. I do think you do have to have watched it when you were younger, though, to really feel what you need to feel about it, because I think people rely a lot on the nostalgia of having seen it when they were younger.
But even I Put a Spell on You, that song is, decades old, and how they redid it. And
I need more drag queens doing more performances of I Put a Spell on You in some trance remix. Because last year, I watched that Halloween parade, and there was that float where it was all the drag queens, and they were lip-syncing I Put a Spell on You to this trance remix, and it was like one of the highlights of my life. I'm not a drag queen, I'm not a pretty woman, but I do appreciate a good drag performance. I just think it's so impressive when it's done well.
Yes, but I also feel like we need more material. We need more Winifred material.
What do you mean?
Because we just have It Put a Spell on You. And these characters between Winifred and Mary and Is it Sarah? Sarah. I love that Sarah played Sarah.
Right.
But they're such funny characters. I wish they had more material than just the movie to kind of expand on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're
like
doing
more
a sequel.
songs. Yeah, like what other songs would they sing?
They're doing a sequel, and I think they're trying to work out how they can get involved in the sequel.
Really?
I think they all expressed that they wanted to be involved in it, and now Disney's doing that Halloween thing that it saw that behind the scenes photo of them filming something in front of a green screen. And also, the Addams Family, tangent, but the Addams Family are looking to do
a reboot, a made-for-TV reboot,
a television series, and Tim Burton is putting his hat in the ring for that. So I'm fingers crossed, because I would love to see that.
That would be a lot of fun.
That would be so much fun. I think Netflix are the ones that want to purchase it.
Oh, that'd be great.
Which there is an animated Addams Family movie,
Yes.
and do you know it's touted as one of the worst animated features ever?
Well, the movies are so good. When you have Angelica Houston as Morticia, come on.
Yeah, and people really love the original television series as well. But I mean, to me,
I don't know it very well.
No, I'm 100% the movie. I'm 100% Angelica Houston, and also Addams Family Values is proof that a sequel can be better than the original because it is so good.
I never watched them as a kid.
So much of that movie.
I watched them more as an adult than I did as a kid.
I had a big emo phase through my teens, so I really got down with some of that spoopy subject matter.
So what's your favorite stuff? Like, what's your favorite portion of Halloween? Like, what do you love about this season?
Sorry, the last Daisy was my playbill, and I referenced Cats for that.
Speaking of cats, we watched that film the other day.
This one's called Free Rides, and it's Niagara Falls.
Oh, how funny.
I really like this one. I thought it was cute. What did you say? What did you ask? Sorry.
What is one of your favorite things of about this season, about Halloween? What do you enjoy about it?
This is Halloween. Chocolates. Getting dressed up.
Yeah.
So things I like throughout the year, to be honest. No, I do just like that it's a holiday season. I think everyone gets a little bit more excitable around holiday seasons. Notably the end of the year ones. I don't feel like people get as excited around Easter or like Valentine's Day. I think those are kind of lesser exciting holidays for people. But I noticed that majority of people can collectively get excited about, specifically here, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas.
Yes.
So I feel like there's this big ramp up to a massive celebration at the end of the year.
Correct. What I love about it is actually creativity. I feel like for whatever reason, this holiday helps people kind of expand their creativity. And it doesn't always have to be necessarily spooky. It can just be fun.
Well, also on that, I like that when you see all this stuff come out every year, like all the wrapping papers, all of the gifts and the trinkets and the lollies and the costumes and all this stuff, they're different every year. Sometimes they regurgitate some stuff, but I like seeing the seasonal theme that we've decided for which year.
Right.
Like, and it was especially interesting seeing this year, like what's on offer.
What
I can't wait to see what's on offer for Christmas because some people really capitalize on bringing the year into all of that design and into those ideas. But then other times people go like completely opposite way or just have really fun ideas about stuff. I really like it.
I love it.
I love the holidays. So that's everything. Thanks for joining me.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Quick 15 minutes. Glad to have caught up with you. Sorry again it was a day late, but better late than never. We'll see you again next week.
Yes.
Friday.
Next Friday.
Unless it's Saturday.
Saturday.
You'll never know with me now. You'll never trust me again. Every time I say, I'll put a video up every Friday, you'll say, no, he won't.
Those are so fun. You did such a great job with those.
Thank you. I'm glad I got 5.
Yeah. They're very clever.
I think maybe it was a little ambitious to catch up.
No, you did a great job.
No promises here. All right, we're off to a live Halloween party. We'll see you there if we see you there.
Bye.